The U.S. Drought Monitor is an effort that is done between three key agencies: the National Drought Mitigation Center here at the University of Nebraska, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and NOAA. And within NOAA, the agencies are the Climate Prediction Center and then also the National Center for Environmental Information down in North Carolina. As a U.S. Drought Monitor author, the feedback from stakeholders is important. The use of the Drought Impact Reporter plays a vital role in what we do with the Drought Monitor, in that the reports that come in validate and confirm the climatological data that we have and make it so we can make relationships between the different drought indices and variables that we look at and what is happening on the ground. The way that we can incorporate drought impacts into the Drought Monitor process is having information that comes in on a regular basis and tells us exactly what's happening. For a stakeholder to relay information about losses that they're seeing or hardships that they're seeing due to drought, those are going to be the most vital pieces of information that we can use. It's the information that's very vague or not direct or just telling us it's dry out. Well, we can see that from the drought information that we're looking at, but having clear and concise messages attached to these drought impact reports is what's vital. One problem that has developed with the process of using drought impacts in the Drought Monitor process is stakeholders are using it as a mechanism to critique the U.S. Drought Monitor map. And that's not really the purpose of the stakeholder feedback or the drought impact reports. The U.S. Drought Monitor focuses on broad-scale conditions, and many of the reports that we get in via the Drought Impact Reporter feeding into the Drought Monitor process are very sub-county or farm or ranch specific. And a lot of times the data and information we have is not good enough to get down at the scale that some stakeholders are hoping that we can get to. And so that is problematic. One thing that is encouraging about the Drought Monitor is, as technology and data sources have continued to evolve, we do get better and the resolution of our map does improve. One thing that we can encourage producers to do is to, again, be very specific on the impacts that they are seeing, be very specific on the time scale associated with them. So is it occurring just over the last week or the last month? Is this something that's been ongoing for several months? That kind of information is very vital to the authors when they put together the map each week, knowing that time scale, it's been more immediate or it's been more of a longer term type of issue. So the U.S. Drought Monitor webpage is hosted at the National Drought Mitigation Center at the University of Nebraska, but we are all equal partners in this process, and we all play a vital role in doing this work of putting out a weekly drought assessment. And again, that map is an assessment of current drought conditions at that point in time. It's not a forecast, it's not a model, it's taking all the available information and putting it together in a single map that's showing both short and long-term drought conditions for all the various stakeholders that use the product.